Hey everyone, welcome back to my channel. My name is Euganie, aka Pretty Stushy. You know how it goes already. This tutorial is going to be all about Beauty Amazon MUA. She is a makeup artist. She does celebrities, you know, she dabbles here and there. And I'm going to leave her information down below. So she had a class the other day, an online class, and I took it to see the technique that she uses on her clients and on herself. So this video is all about that technique. I am going to go step by step as much as possible. So if you want to see how this look was created with her technique, keep on watching. Don't forget to like and subscribe this channel as well, and sharing is caring also. And if you like to see more videos from me, hit that notification bell so you can know when I post a new video. Anywho, let's get started. All right, so we're gonna get this tutorial started. So the first thing that she did was the eyebrows. Eyebrows she used, if I'm not mistaken, she used a brow wiz from Anastasia Beverly Hills, but it was not the one with the fine point. It was one that was more like a smudger, like it was like a thicker pencil. So I don't have that exact one. What I had left that I could use was this universal brow pencil from Billion Dollar Brows. This is it right here. All right, so I'm gonna start my brows real quick and I'm just gonna fill them in. This is not something that creates like a really sharp brow, but her brows are more soft. All right, guys, so I'm pretty much done with my brows as much as I can. Just gonna brush them out a little bit. I did add a little bit of the brow wiz, and this is the Precisely My Brow Pencil from Benefit in the color number 5. All right, so here's something that she does differently. She uses foundation to actually clean up the brows. So the foundation I'm gonna use, which is something that I find as close to my skin tone as possible, is the Maybelline Fit Me foundation in Dewy and Smooth, even though I really shouldn't be using Dewy, but it is what it is. And this is color number 355 Coconut. So this is what I'm using right here. Now I'm gonna be using a flat, just a flat brush like this. So I'm just gonna blend that out, which she does immediately, blend it out. For that, I'm gonna use a brush like this. And I'm just going to push that into the skin. All right, so I'm finished with my eyebrows. Now, the next thing that she does is she immediately applies concealer. And so this whole look is straight concealer. There's no foundation. The only foundation that was used was for the brow. So for concealer, I am going to be doing a mixture of the NARS Radiant Creamy Concealer in Medium Dark 1 Biscuit. And this is the color here. But because I'm a little nervous about putting such a light color like that, I am going to mix in some Pat McGrath, my Pat McGrath concealer basically. This is in color MD23. So I'm just gonna add it. She adds it underneath the eye, brings it up to the nose. You're basically putting it in the places you would highlight. And she puts a little bit on top of the lip here. The color that she used for that person was definitely a highlighter color. So I'm gonna go in with my NARS on top of that. And I'm just gonna be using a brush like this. This is just a concealer brush. This particular brush is from Morphe and it's an M224 brush. So I'm gonna put that in there and I'm gonna add that on top of, I'm gonna add it on top of the Pat McGrath. Okay, so the next thing she does is she goes in with a skin tone concealer, which I have a little combination here, and she's gonna apply that underneath the cheek. I'm gonna show you real quick. So I have the NARS concealer in Dark H Chocolat right here. That's the, and I also have the Juvia's Place concealer in number 6. I don't know what color that is, number 6. It doesn't say, it just says, matter of fact, it's number 9. I'm sorry. Number 9. This is the color here. She adds in a skin tone concealer on the rest of the face. I'm gonna use this one and see how it looks, and then if I have to add the NARS one, then I will. So I'm just gonna place that in. So she placed it pretty much under here. She did some right here around the, and I brought it all the way in. She does do around the forehead, like so. Hey guys, so as I was rewatching back the video, I realized that I definitely needed a darker color to one that matches the skin tone. So in this part here, you definitely want to use a concealer that is a little darker than what I use, because clearly I don't know what my lighting was doing, but girl, it was off. Okay, so she did place it also here above this area here. All right, so the next thing she does is she takes a beauty blender and she starts to blend out the highlighted areas. So we're gonna start with that, and she starts with under the eyes first, okay? Also, she uses a damp beauty blender. So she starts out with that, then she's going to start to blend out the other areas. And I look, ooh, child, crazy ain't even the word, honey. All right, so I'm just gonna continue with the blending. All right guys, so she does go take a little time, not too much, just to really make sure everything is blended in. The next step is going to be, and also if you notice, I went over the area here afterwards and I just kind of like worked it all in. All right, so in the meantime, she does start to contour. So I have the NARS concealer in Dark 2 Cacao. This is it right here. And I also have the Juvia's Place concealer in number 4 right here. All right, so I'm gonna be using a Morphe M166 concealer brush to apply my dark concealer. Okay, so this is the brush I'm gonna be, yeah, I did. This is the brush I'm gonna be using. So she basically places it here. Okay. And she does the lips. She just kind of like contours the lips a little bit as well. All right, so I'm looking at this color, and right now it's dark, but I think I need to deepen it a little bit, especially along my jawline, just a little bit. So I'm gonna go in with the Juvia's Place concealer just to top that. Not too much, because this is dark. Okay, she used a brush that looked similar to this brush here, but however, it was more, it had more of a curve. It's actually the Sephora number 99 brush, if you guys are interested in looking that up. But for me, I'm gonna use my Real Techniques brush. This is the Instapop cheek brush. I'm gonna use this brush because the angle of this brush is similar to the one that she used. So I'm gonna use to blend this up. So basically she said to, you know, blend it into the hairline, blend it upwards. For my nose contour, I'm just using this part of the brush just to blend that out very lightly. Trust the process, honey. Trust the process. That's all I'm gonna say. This is so alienish to me. All right. You know what I just realized, guys? I did not prime my face. Did not prime my face, but it's okay. All right, so now she goes back in with the lighter concealer and she puts just a little bit. Once again, if you missed it, this is the NARS Radiant Creamy Concealer in medium dark one, Biscuit. And a little bit above the lip. So just like that amount. So now we're going back to the Beauty Blender. We're gonna blend that out immediately. She doesn't let it sit on the face. She just blends it out. So I'm gonna go in back with my foundation brush and just kind of get around the edges here. I'm gonna be working together with my Beauty Blender. So as you can see, it kind of went a little bit up. So I'm basically taking the foundation brush, not the foundation, well, this brush that I use for the contour, going over it just to make sure it doesn't go past the border, okay? All right, so now she's going to set the face, and the concealer that she uses is the Laura Mercier translucent powder in medium deep. Now the reason I'm using this, I normally don't use this, but the reason I'm using this is because she does say she uses this on all her woman of color clients, like dark skin clients, medium color skin clients, whatever. She uses it no matter what. So I'm going to be doing the same thing because normally I would not use this color on myself. But like I said, I'm just gonna follow the process. So we're just gonna make sure, as we all should know by now, make sure your under eye has no creasing. All right, so now she goes in with the translucent powder on top of that. So I'm gonna take some of the translucent, hopefully it's not too much. All right, that's pretty much all the places she places it. Then she begins to clean up this area here. So she kind of goes in and she just kind of gets rid of any powder that may have fell in those areas. I didn't see her press in the powder down here, but I'm gonna press it in. The only thing she did not touch is what she placed the translucent powder on. So from here, what she does next is she goes in with a blush. So she does, like I said, she does go in with blush next. I know, weird, but she does. So the blush I'm gonna use, so this one is called Breezy. It's a sheer tone, I just said a shimmer blush from MAC. This is what it looks like. Okay, so that's the color. Okay, so I'm gonna be using this blush brush from Motor Studio, and it's just a regular blush brush. So now she's gonna contour. So she goes in with a contour shade. The shade that I'm gonna be using today is from Sephora, and it is the Micro Smooth Powder in Deep. And let me show you the color. So I'm gonna be using a brush. This is a Luxie 522 tapered highlighter brush, and this is what it looks like. All right, so now the next step that she does is she uses a fan brush to brush away the excess product. I'm following her as much to the T as possible. So I'm gonna use a fan brush. This is a Jumbo Kabuki fan brush from Crown Brushes. So she just used that to basically, we had extra powders here on the forehead. She's just basically using that to brush away that, the nose. Not so much underneath the eye, she kind of left that alone. Just basically these areas here. Okay guys, so the next thing she does is she goes in with a mineralized skin finish powder. So I'm gonna actually use my Sephora Micro Smooth Powder in Deep. Okay, so it's deep, it's the same color as this listed, but it is lighter. It's number 56 instead. This is number 60. That's what I use for the contour. Okay, so this is what it looks like. I can't lift it up all the way because it's gonna fall out. Okay, so I'm gonna be using this brush. This is a Morphe M536 brush, and this is what it looks like. Okay, just gonna add a little to my brush, and she doesn't brush away this product here. She leaves it there. She uses this to blend it in. Okay, so now she's gonna spray the face. She uses the Mario Badescu spray. I'm gonna spray my face, and then afterwards she uses her beauty blender. I think she's now on a new beauty blender. So I have a clean one right here, and she uses that to kind of press it into the skin. All right, so now she's gonna go back underneath the eye again, and she uses the same color that she initially used, which is, for me, is gonna be my Micro Smooth Powder in number 56. And she also uses a lighter color with it. So for me, I'm gonna use the Pat McGrath Medium Skin Fetish Under Eye Powder. I'm going to use a combination of these two, and it's gonna be using the same brush. Okay guys, so now she's going to go back in on the contour areas to make sure everything is like good to go. But for me, what I'm actually going to do is I'm actually going to deepen my contour a little bit because I feel like it's a little light, and I'm going to be using the Juvia's palette, the Deuce by Juvia's, and I'm using this dark color right here. That color. So this is very dark, so just be very light-handed with it. I'm going to use this brush that I used initially. Okay guys, so I'm adding that just closer to the ear, and then you're going to work it a little bit down. I'm also going to add it a little bit on the forehead, and not on my jawline, because that area was okay with me. So once you're finished doing this, then you're going to blend it out with the Beauty Blender to make sure it doesn't look too dirty. Okay, so now she's on to highlight. So I know my eyes are not done, and that is because she did her eyes before she started her face. So she does do highlight first. She does not put on a ton of highlight. I will tell you that. She put on like something more like a mineralized glow type of highlighter. I don't have something like that. So what I'm gonna be using is the Laura Mercier Candle Glow, I'm sorry, not Candle Glow, Face Illuminator in Indiscretion. This is the color right here. So normally what I do when I'm putting on my highlight is I use a Real Techniques brush. This is the satin brush, and that's what I'm going to use to do my highlighter. Because I'm a little extra now, I am going to do a little extra layer. This is the Stila Magnificent Heavens 2 highlighter, which is my favorite. So this is what it looks like, and I'm going to do that on top. Alright guys, so I'm just bronzing my face a little bit more with the Fenty bronzer in Mocha Mami, just a little bit more. I'm also gonna contour my nose with the Mocha Mami. Alright, so for the nose, I'm gonna be using this brush here. This is a, what brand is this? This is a Motor Pro brush, crease brush. This is what it looks like. Okay, just like a tapered brush. Alright, so while my lashes are drying, I am going to set my brows, and I will be using Anastasia Beverly Hills brow powder, clear brow gel. Get it together. I don't know what's going on with me today. So when she does the lip, she actually lines the lip with a concealer. So I'm going to be using the Juvia's Place concealer to do this. This was the one that I used, added to the NARS one. So just going to use a titsy bits. Shouldn't need that much. I'm going to go back in with a brush like this. Okay. Alright, so I'm topping my lip with the Anastasia Naked Liquid Lipstick, and then after that I'm gonna add the Fenty gloss on top of it, and I believe it's glossy. So those are my combinations for this lip look. Okay guys, so I am back. This is the completed look. I got my wig on, child, and Alright, so here is my thoughts really quickly. Beauty Amazon MUA, you can find her on Instagram, and her technique is basically to use all concealers. I think it is a great technique. I think that if you're looking for light coverage, because it really feels very light on my face, because usually you put on foundation and then you put on your concealers and then you put your powders on. You know, there is definitely some takeaways from her technique that is great. However, I am just so used to having foundation on my face, and I'm just so used to being able to control things better that way, because that's how I'm used to doing it, that it will take me a minute. It'll take me a little bit to get used to this exact technique. Also with the powders, you know, I like to use powders to really set the skin, but I kind of feel like when I use the translucent powder to set my whole face, in the camera I'm looking, it looks okay. It doesn't look bad to me, but I do like it to be just a smidget darker for my foundation, so that way I look more like tan or more bronze, and you know, not because when you take the pictures you'll see what I mean. Like, I'm gonna also include cell phone footage of what my face looks like with flash on, and also what it looks like just on a cell phone, like if you were, you know, outside or something like that. So I like the technique. It took me a little to get used, so I'm not gonna lie. When the other videos that I did, which you'll see they're gonna be part of a playlist, they were just so much more easier for me to follow. This particular technique, girl, I was like, what? Like, cause she was just not like a structured, like she was showing it in steps, but it was just a little all over the place. But I actually like the way my face came out. It looks great. But when I look really close, it's like, it's really set. I'll tell you that much. It's really set. Like, I really don't feel like this makeup is gonna move. So don't forget to like and subscribe my channel, comment down below, share this video if you like, and I am happy you guys are here. If you have any questions about any of the products that I use, I try to list as many things as possible along with the brushes. Let me know down below. I'm trying to decide if I want to include a product list of the stuff that I use. I think I will. Hopefully I have time to do that, but I definitely will do my very, very best. If I don't, like I said, you could always ask me what I use and I'll be happy to comment down below. All right, guys, I'm gonna see you guys in the next one. Bye. All right, guys, so I'm being very transparent with you guys on the results. This is with flash and daylight in the background. The next footage is gonna be with no daylight and just the flash, and you're gonna see that I'm not blended 100%, child. But like I said, this is a learning experience, and you just have to, like, when you're trying a new technique, one time ain't gonna mean that you get it. So I just wanted you guys to see exactly how it looks with the flash on. I love my eyes though, by the way. But you guys let me know what you think in the comment bar down below.